got to get the bid from Cabaret one of these days and have Joel Gray singing money, 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 money. It'd be perfect. Time for the Money Master with the Director of Financial Newsletters at Newsmax.com. He does not sing, but he does know what goes on Wall Street. Jeff Yastine joins us. Please, Jeff, do not sing, but tell us about Wall Street, where it seems as if they're taking a little profit today.
I'd go for Pink Floyd, by the way, instead of
Smart
That's
man.
another story. We have the Dow fading a bit here. It was up as much as 20, 30 points earlier in the day. It's down about 100 points. The S&P 500 down 7. NASDAQ down about 18, giving back some of the gains from this rebound we've been seeing since last Thursday or Friday.
All right, let's talk about some money here and some issues here. Boeing, an 18% increase in quarterly profit. Their full-year core earnings are up. Third time. Well, it's not bad for Boeing. Things looking good.
Yeah, really. They're selling more planes. They're doing well financially. I think the thing that Wall Street was looking for here, because the stock's down about 3% today, although, again, it rebounded with the rest of Wall Street earlier this week and part of last week. But the thing that Wall Street was looking for here was perhaps a dividend increase and some evidence that perhaps the company would step up the amount of share buybacks that they're doing, which increases the value of the existing shares that are left, that haven't been bought back. And they haven't gotten it yet. So that's another reason why we've kind of gotten this knee-jerk sell-off. But certainly things are good for Boeing these days.
What do they mean when they call, and I'm seeing this right now, they're calling Boeing a usual social activity candidate? What does that mean?
A usual social activity candidate? I have no idea. I've never heard that in reference to Boeing as a heavy manufacturer. I'm sorry.
It has to be something that probably isn't even anywhere near what goes on, really. But I'm seeing all that here, and I'm going, what the heck is that? Okay, let's blow by that because it means absolutely nothing. If we say it means nothing, it means absolutely nothing. Another airline, Lufthansa, close to a deal to sell their IT unit to IBM. Well, that's good news for IBM. We talked about them earlier this week.
Yeah, this is something that IBM has been trying to do more of, and certainly there are a lot of companies out there just like Lufthansa that have large amounts of data warehouses, those sorts of things that they're trying to get IBM, or in some cases Amazon is another competitor in that space. So yes, it's good for IBM. It doesn't really solve IBM's main problem though, in that they need to really fix up the hardware side of that business, because that's where it's all turning into a commodity these days. And in some ways, even the services side, the cloud computing, that sort of thing, which this Lufthansa deal really is, it's also becoming more commoditized, and it's tough to really generate decent profits for IBM in that situation.
I got less than a minute left, but IBM, Mark Cuban said they're no longer a tech company. They're now a financial engineering company. That was interesting to hear from Cuban.
It is, and this is something that we see a lot with the Fortune 500, where their businesses are so-so, and what they're doing is finding it cheaper to buy back their own shares rather than reinvest into the existing business, perhaps come up with a better product that's going to generate more profit. And that's really been IBM's problem. They're a services company, and I remember hearing this years ago when I was a reporter. They said services are where companies go to die. I'm not saying that's going to happen with IBM, but it is something that they're paying the piper for now.
Hey, look, things change, times change, IBM changes as well. They're not big blue like they used to, and everybody's got to make money for the stockholders, right?
That's right. They've been through this before in the early 90s, mid-90s with Lou Gersten, and they'll come out of it on the other end after some restructuring.
No doubt about it. All right, we'll let you warble. Go ahead, tune up and sing, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Jeff Yastine, thanks a lot for joining us.
See you later, Ed.
All right, getting elected to almost any office here in America means you must have one simple thing at your immediate and instant disposal: cash. Like in Michigan, the race between Republican Rick Snyder and Democrat Mark Schauer is on the opposing side of that concept. Here's our countdown to the midterms.
When the Great Recession swept the country, Michigan was already reeling, particularly in Detroit. The city was bleeding jobs, and when it was all said and done, found itself billions of dollars in debt. Recovering looked bleak. Enter Republican Governor Rick Snyder, who's up for re-election. Snyder is drawing criticism from Democratic challenger Mark Schauer for handing the city of Detroit over to an emergency manager and opening it up to controversial cuts to pension plans for city workers. During their debate, Schauer accused Snyder of throwing Detroit and its people under the bus. That accusation didn't faze Snyder, telling voters to look at the numbers. His plan for Detroit is working. The candidates' differing views on how to handle government money problems is one reason both parties are giving this race so much attention. Whoever winds up in the governor's mansion will be key going into 2016. A red or blue influence from the top plays a big role in how Michigan and its 10 electoral votes will swing. It also gives potential presidential contenders insight into policies voters are favoring. In this case, extreme belt tightening.